I feel fully
1 minute.
preparing. Oh, Mr. Anti-Person.
Where are you
He's
at?
got something to say.
I like
Josh.
NSLRgateway.com.
because we need
And
it
there's this
for, like,
handsome fella in the photos.
to graduate in New York. You need one.
I wonder.
you chose French.
On the model.
Do you know it?
Until
Does he look
yeah.
familiar? Perhaps.
I
Joshua?
might
actually,
look
my
familiar.
first choice was German,
In fact, that is me.
but I'm glad that I
Whoa.
didn't German.
Yeah, marked
Yeah.
We
by our
destroyed the
very
German
own
program.
Joshua
In the
Anti-Person out
Taking it?
here in Texas.
Yeah, that would have been bad.
I can confirm single-handedly
Into French
the merch is
and
worth
English.
it. It's good quality and a good.
From German. Oh, that's harsh.
Yeah, thank you, Joshua. That really means everything. Was out here
Subaltern,
in
yeah.
Raleigh, North Carolina, who are not suffering from, of course, all the heat and death that you are in right now.
Yeah.
I
must say-
I don't know if you can see the sweat particles on your forehead.
What do they mean by the Dutch?
The space exchange should be starting soon.
So, yeah.
I must say, we've been working through these technical issues, but we have
Things are happening.
nothing on the guys out in the Bahamas.
Nothing ever happens.
Florida.
Does
You
anyone have a
happening
VLC
for
link?
really running the show. So thank you
Hey,
for
can you-
suffering to bring us this.
There you go. Thank you.
Yes,
Thank
yes.
you.
Thank you guys very much.
You guys really like this nothing? We feel the cups,
My
get ready
stream,
for some
guys.
more
Watch my
nothing.
stream. My stream is the go-to stream.
Here. Why not just ask you about, some of the other things of your experience down
Still got 40 minutes left, you can still
Bam, there
wander.
you go.
There it is. Post the link.
Mr. Joshua Anti-Person.
Are you guys on my stream?
No.
You liar! I see you over there.
Shut up, I'm not in the room. It's not started yet.
Guys, life or death?
Live!
Life.
You're all liars.
Wait. These are 4K streams, right? Yep, they are.
Jordan, this is the second time you've posted this specific one.
True.
And it worked both times.
Oh, guys. The stream's
It's
starting.
time!
Showtime.
It's happening!
Oh my
Let's
god, I
get
missed
ready to rumble!
Get ready to
Boca Chica explosion. Minus.
Exactly. Starship versus the entire town of Boca Chica continued.
Incinerates Boca Chica.
me petting my nuclear bomb.
True.
Guys, it's happening.
It's happening. Get in the
Big
bunker.
thing.
Good
Whoa,
afternoon,
new UI,
Space
new
Fan,
UI.
And welcome to Starbase.
New UI.
I'm Jesse Anderson, a senior production engineering manager at SpaceX.
And I'm Dan Hewitt with SpaceX.
Oh, it's a new
Communications.
countdown. What?
Awesome to have you with us here in Texas, Jesse. Welcome to Starbase. First time, right?
Thank you so much,
New
Dan. Yeah,
UI?
first time here, and
Yeah,
it's
they read the
mind-blowing.
UI.
I went out to the pads this morning,
Wait, where?
and the scale
Look
of
at the
people
countdown.
is just insane.
Dwarfs everywhere.
Oh,
And
only
for
And that was a little
you
bit more
watching
bouncy.
at home,
Oh,
in
look,
case you missed
guys,
the
it's-
news,
it's
Starbase is
singing.
no longer just a cool name. It is now officially
Tower.
an incorporated city in Texas, and we'll have more on that a little bit later today.
Yeah, right now, though, we are counting down to Starship's 9th flight test.
No.
Currently targeting the very start
Wow.
of our window at 6:30 p.m. Central Time. Good news right up front, not tracking any issues with the vehicle. Weather is gorgeous out there right now. Rain this morning, a little bit of wind, nothing now. nothing
that's a
to
nice
worry about.
surprise.
Looking good for a launch.
Starship development is moving quickly here at Starbase. So fast, in fact, that we already are reflying the Super Heavy booster today, which last flew on Flight 7. The primary objectives for today are very similar to our last two attempts, except for the booster, which, in addition to flying for the second time, has an exciting return journey planned for its return back to Earth.
That's right. It's going to be getting some serious rigor. And pretty important, we are not going to be attempting to catch the booster today. We're going to use this launch to kind of further accelerate the development. We're putting Super Heavy kind of through the ringer, some serious rigor. We're going to go through all of that in just a couple of minutes. We're also hoping to get Chip into space, and it's got a couple of objectives like deploying simulated Starlink satellites and then a range of experiments during its reentry. We're really trying to test the limits, the capabilities of that heat shield, the flaps, the structure, everything about it. Primary payload on this flight, once again, as always, is data.
It's definitely a very big day.
So no
for
agile
both
Unite
stations.
attempt.
There's always a chance we don't reach every objective that we set for ourselves, but success comes from what we learn on days like today.
Life
And
or
of course,
death.
whatever happens, excitement is guaranteed.
Yeah,
It's over.
Progress is not
Schrodinger.
So over.
single flight test.
Oh, yeah,
whatever
Schrodinger.
that timeline
Schrodinger's
overall
Starship.
is, and getting us closer to establishing self-sustaining civilization on Mars, making life multiplanetary. Every time we're learning something from these flights that will get us there, that is progress.
Starship is truly a cat in a box.
Starship is the first orbital launch vehicle
Superposition.
engineered to be fully reusable and built for frequent flight and heavy payloads, just like today.
I cannot know if the Starship is going to live or die until I open the box.
Rapid
Oh, that
development,
rapid failure.
testing,
Yeah, shut up.
iteration. We're trying to fly as frequently as possible, fix problems as they
Okay,
appear,
that's enough
and then
whiteboard.
fly again. It all started here at Starbase back with Starhopper. It was a small single Raptor prototype.
So, guys, how's my stream quality right now?
We turned it into a water tower eventually. It made its first
I need
launch,
info on the
back
stream
in
quality. Is it
2019 here at
decent?
Starbase. You could tell the pad. That's the pad that we were just looking at. It looks dramatically
Yeah,
different
looks
than
good.
the two towers.
good.
But Starhopper delivered. It was able to prove that we could use that Raptor engine for controlled
I might-
takeoff.
Maybe
and
I should
landing.
plug in an Ethernet port
And
because
that
it's
is so
just based
wild
on
to
Wi-Fi
see
right
that,
now. Like,
that there on your screen
Yeah.
just 6 years ago, and now we're here today with a full-size
Ethernet's always going to be
There
more
we
stable
did
and
full-size
high
test
bandwidth.
articles with increasingly complex
Well,
test flights that
most of
reach
the time.
progressively higher altitudes. And each test shaped the Starship that we see today on the pad a stronger, taller, and more refined vehicle.
That's right. All right. Now, let's go out there and meet it. Starship is made up of two parts. First, on the bottom, the Super
Whoa.
Heavy booster, powered by 33 Raptor engines. Both Super Heavy and Ship are running on liquid methane and liquid oxygen. That second stage, the Starship upper stage, is powered by 6 of those Raptor engines. 3 of them are optimized to sea level performance, 3 for vacuum, so operating while they're in space. And here's a quick look under the hood.
Whoa,
at
guys,
all of
look
those
at that.
Raptors on the left.
Skirt cam.
Underneath the launch mount, that's 33 Raptor engines
skirt.
on the first stage.
Oh, we can actually see the engine
Right,
numbers.
that's a view inside of the ship.
That's a nice
So you're looking
change.
down at the top of the booster at 6 Raptor engines inside the ship. Those are what's going to power it to orbit.
That's a lot more
That second
insulation
stage
on
is also, well, one day
the Starship
cargo
aft section
payloads,
now.
people,
Well, at least it
everyone
looks like
going
it.
to space.
The
It's also
margin
gonna be
between
responsible for in-space
the heat
propellant
shield
transfers,
and the
where we're gonna
engine
take 2
and the
Starships,
sea level
meet
engines,
them up in
I don't
orbit.
like it.
One will be able to transfer
It's still the
fuel to
gloves,
other.
yeah.
That's a really critical capability for Starship to do all of these missions beyond low Earth orbit. It also unlocks our ability to send huge amounts of cargo, tremendous amounts of people to destinations far beyond Earth.
Yeah, the Super Heavy booster is designed to launch, separate, flip, and return to the launch site where it can be caught by the chopsticks on the launch tower. Though, as we mentioned earlier, we are not attempting a booster catch today on Flight 9. Starship re-enters the Earth's atmosphere at the conclusion of its mission, steering itself to a vertical landing or catch, and both stages are designed to return to Earth and fly again, making this the first rocket in history that will be fully reusable.
And then just in between the 2 vehicles is what's known as the hot stage ring. That's a steel structure that really takes the brunt of those ship engines as they ignite, protecting the booster while the ship's still attached to it. That enables us to do hot staging. It's faster, more efficient, kind of shutting everything down and then reigniting. Right now, that hot stage it's single use. It detaches from the booster as it flies back, but in the future, it's going to be integrated right into the top. And then on top of all of that, there's all of the infrastructure that's built up around it to support Starship. We call it Stage 0. That's everything. The launch pads, the propellant farm, launch towers,
Half an hour, maybe less
chopsticks
than half
that
an
are
hour.
catching the booster out of the air, stacking the ship, all of that.
People postulating on the
You may have
Discord
noticed
that
we have a new
the
addition
engine
out
can
there
that
near
it's
the
back
pad.
to the original
The orbital
position.
launch mount for
We
pad
might be
2.
getting some hot staging
oh,
views.
oh, look at
That's starting
that.
to come together.
Oh yeah.
Just like Pad 1, Pad 2 has a launch mount. That's where you're going to put Super Heavy on top. We also have a launch
Flame
tower
trench.
with arms, a little bit shorter on that one. That's going to be used to stack the Starship on top, put the booster on top, catch the booster, catch the Starship. We did put the orbital launch mount on there. That's responsible for routing all of the propellant to the booster ahead of flight. Underneath it, you've got flame deflectors, the water deluge system to just disperse all of those forces. The single piece we just lifted in weighs about 1,060 metric tons.
Is that barbecue on the
Keeping
bottom
solar at
left?
home, that's the same weight as about 10 Millennium Falcons. It's heavy.
That's a lot of Millennium Falcons,
So
Dan.
many.
We're also currently in work on Starship's brand new pad at Kennedy Space Center's Launch Complex 39A.
PSC pad
And
reveal?
we're hoping to bring that online later this year as well. Tons of progress with Starship so far in 2025 and lots of incredible milestones still coming up. And we are still on track to lift off tonight at 6:30 p.m. Central Time. And right now it's time to say hi to Chris, who's over there repping the West Coast Ops today. How's it going, Chris?
Hey, Jesse and Dan, and welcome everyone to West Coast and Hawthorne, California. As you can see behind me, the crowd is gathering outside of our mission control room here in Hawthorne, and the excitement is really palpable as we continue to count down towards Starship's 9th flight test. Now, our mission control room here in Hawthorne usually serves as the mission control room for our Falcon and Dragon missions once they launch from Florida and California. Now, with Starship, all countdown and mission control operations actually use the same flight control team
Ew,
from the same location of Starbase, which you can see on your screen now.
Isn't that an
A
NSF?
white devil.
Like Starship, we want as many experts watching over its various systems as we can. And that's what we use the mission control room here in Hawthorne for during Starship flight tests like today.
Elon,
The folks in mission control, which you see now on your screen, are the responsible engineers for Starship's various systems. This includes things like booster systems, stage propellant, our ground stations, flight software, the
Since
loads,
when do they have built an awful
structures as
for
well.
Starship flights?
And having this support gives the flight teams in Starbase immediate access to our engineers' knowledge, which is really, really important when we're
No, that's
making
how they're all
informed
white.
decisions very quickly in a test program like this. This setup has been great for Starship flight tests so far, as we've handled things like propellant temperature differences, as well as day of launch winds that can affect the loads placed on Starship structures during launch, and particularly during the descent of the Super Heavy booster back to Earth. So having all of these responsible engineers ready to support is crucial during Starship testing, where we place hardware in flight conditions quickly to iterate and make the best and most reliable rocket that we can. So it's definitely a full house, a growing full house here in Hawthorne for our 9th flight of Starship today. Every flight brings us a step closer to a future where Starship is flying multiple times a day, and I'm sure you all feel the same way down there in Texas, Dan and Jesse.
Who left?
I can't wait to see Starships launch today. How about you?
Yeah,
Wow.
can't wait to see it, Chris.
Oh.
As you can see, props loading on the vehicle
Sorry.
is just a little under 2 miles away from us, and we're really excited. Looking back real quick, so back in March, Starship's 8th flight test saw us catch the Super
Show
Heavy
you
booster
back to
for
the
the 3rd
past.
time ever. Another big step on that path to full and rapid reusability. Unfortunately, the Starship upper stage did experience what we call a rapid, unscheduled disassembly before it finished its climb to space, which meant we didn't reach all of those additional mission objectives that we had set.
About 5.5 minutes into ship's ascent burn, a hardware failure in one of its sea-level Raptor engines took out that engine, the 2 remaining sea-level engines, and a Raptor
Exploded.
vacuum engine. That's 4 of the 6 engines that ship had.
Explode.
This was a different failure than we saw on Flight 7, and the fixes that we put in place didn't work as expected, so this was a new issue on Flight 8. Welcome to Iterative Engineering.
Oh, we're losing Jordan a bit. Yeah, we're losing him a bit.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
That's my so. My
Jordan's getting EMP'd.
stream
It's not just your stream, Jordan, it's also you.
We can't hear you.
Yeah. Well, you can't hear us, we can't hear you. All see the stream.
I can hear you.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, now he's realized. Oh, it's not a good sound.
Is Steam downloading something on your end, maybe? Because it's lagging you really bad.
Shit. What the hell? Oh, shooting yourself right now. I can get it. That was.
Oh, he's roboting on.
Oh. What?
I think it's better now. Oh, wait, Jordan?
Good now? Is my audio good?
I think it's better, yeah. Can you try again?
Yeah. Yeah, I just plugged in the Ethernet, so that might have been the thing.
Heavy flight.
Oh.
There we go.
That's right. All right.
It might have just been on my end.
Let's get into it real quick.
Yeah, it was on
This
yours.
overview. As always, everything starts with a liftoff. 33 Raptor engines igniting. Super Heavy pushing itself and Starship into ascent over the Gulf. It's going to continue for about 2.5
Wow.
minutes before we get to hot staging. Ship will ignite its engines. Booster will do its boost back burn and begin its flight experiments back for a hard splashdown in the Gulf of America. Meanwhile, ship continues its burn.
Gulf of Mexico, not America.
We will be deploying 8 Starlink simulator
Also,
satellites
it's nationally recognized.
Re-entry. We'll relight a
Oh,
Raptor
shush.
engine as well as test experiments during
Oh,
re-entry, such as missing tiles, metallic tiles.
You think they're actually going to have something for the boats to fish out this time?
Attempt a flip maneuver, and if all goes planned, we'll conclude the test with a soft water splashdown in the Indian Ocean.
Okay, for some reason, like the lagging happened on my MacBook as well, which is confusing. So it might have just been my like Wi-Fi router just like
Us new lessons
shitting
about
Might have
itself
been
for
your
a
entire
moment.
infrastructure, yeah.
engines. And as we touched on earlier, the root cause was traced to a hardware failure in one of Starship's
Hardware
3
failure.
center Raptor engines.
Yeah, just since that flight,
One in
we've
three,
done more
guys.
than 100
Pre-com.
long-duration Raptor tests at our facility in McGregor. Huge
Woo!
shout out to that team for really putting in the
Why
work
did they add a
standard
roundabout in the
As a
middle of
result,
nowhere?
The engines that are on
They
Starship's
did.
upper stage on the path
for the
behind us
trucks.
have a few changes.
They
So they
used
can
Kerbal-
What
run.
we did was
easier.
additional preload on some
They used
joints,
Kerbal
essentially some
constructs to
additional
put in the
torquing,
roundabout.
a new nitrogen purge system for the engines themselves, and made some improvements to the propellant drain system.
After our first ever super heavy refurb campaign, we static fired with all 33 Raptor engines. This was a chance to see all the hardware operating together, and for this flight, our teams had an opportunity to make adjustments or hardware replacements for this first ever reflight of the super heavy booster.
And then it was ship's turn. We took it through several static fires. First, we did this short duration single engine burn to simulate an in-space.
Will they talk about that funky static fire that had an engine fall off?
We also completed a longer duration 60-second burn with all 6 engines.
There it is.
This is where you're really
They're not. They're staying silent on that static fire. And what the heck do you like? Re-explosion?
Space through the bases.
They're staying silent on that.
Together before we go stack it on the pad.
And in the end, these changes represent the core of our test program, and reflying the booster is a major milestone, especially so early in the flight test program. Now, Falcon did it in just over 30 flights.
And Starship's doing it today on just this 9th flight. It's not wild just because of how much faster that is, but just how much bigger Starship is. Falcon 9 can lift about 23 metric tons into orbit. Starship is designed to lift 200.
That is so exciting. And on top of that,
That's a
we're
ton.
also reflying engine 314 for its 3rd flight, which you might recall is the engine with a pie on the knob.
Third
And there you
attempt.
see
That's nice.
that engine there. It is a milestone, most definitely, but we do remain focused on getting to the point
yeah.
where
Did y'all see the block in the reenter stage?
Yeah, that means we want to launch it, bring it back.
It looks like a Russian interstate.
Go again. That is really what's key. That is what full and rapid reusability will look
They
like.
took a lot of mats off of it.
We're coming to you today from Star Factory, our new 1 million square foot manufacturing facility in Starbase, Texas. The Super Heavy booster is the first stage of the Starship launch vehicle stack. It's the largest boost stage ever developed for any rocket ever. Having the largest rocket ever is a very cool engineering feat, but the thing that really makes a difference is the ability to rapidly reuse that rocket to launch many other missions. Reflying Booster 14 is an important first milestone in that we have proven that we can recover a vehicle, turn it around, and fly it a second time. But it's not a victory lap yet.
From an operational perspective, an ideal state looks like a vehicle where very few things have to happen on it in order to take back off again. So we catch the vehicle, put it back onto launch mount, put a new ship back on top with its payload, refuel, and take back off. And that same booster will come back to launch mount, and we do the same thing all over again. Falcon is, reusing at a pretty high rate, and we get to go look at them and say, what did you learn? What is good? What is bad? And as
We're using all of the flight test learnings from our version 1 and version 2 vehicles in our orbital flight test campaign to inform the design of our version 3 vehicle.
I'm back.
The next generation vehicle will be the first time that we've really attempted to make rapidly reusable thermal protection on a rocket. In the next iteration, we'll be able to add in new innovative materials.
So what are the vibes,
regenerative
everybody?
cooling that will enable rapid zero
I think it's
touch
probably succeed.
rapid reusability, the ability to fly.
Cautiously optimistic, seeing as now we know that the past 2 failures were unrelated and both have been successfully corrected. And one of them, we were going to have a Raptor failure, a direct Raptor failure eventually, so that one I'm not worried about. If the harmonics were truly fixed, unless a third completely random failure happens, we should be fine.
That's right.
It is a complicated vehicle because
I do think we're going to see, honestly, the booster splashdown, because they're going to bring it in hot, and the way, just
Everything looking good. We're not
the bunch of extra parameters they're adding on to the
As a reminder, we watched
Ooh, new graphics! I like this! Actual
Yeah. It's the old layout. It's with a single down cover. Yeah.
Now I can't wait to just see the fucking tanks start filling up and going back down when the sensors start fucking killing themselves.
Making sure guidance, navigation, and control are aligned.
This is a cool layout.
Okay,
You
okay,
see
can I record this?
with the
Can I
frost
record
coming
this?
off,
Like, you
we're
guys
getting pretty full.
Go ahead. I mean, I don't have a problem with it. Fuck it, yeah, go do it.
Propellants on board will
I'm not gonna say it.
5 minutes or so before.
I mean, the worst you're gonna hear is a bunch of cursing.
Start
So.
with ship and then move into booster. We're going to continue putting these propellants on board.
Unfortunately, I have to go into work in about
ship first, and then on the booster.
75 minutes, so I'm not gonna see. I'm not gonna see splashdown. I'm gonna be cut. I'm just gonna miss reentry
Right at 6:30 p.m. Central.
because I've got to be heading in about 45 minutes early.
More and more.
So I'll get launch, I'll get booster return, but then I'll miss reentry.
For Super Heavy, we're putting the booster through several tests to expand the envelope on its
Yeah.
capabilities and get flight data to make its return and catch more reliable. Now, another unique change in today's flight will be the addition of the first ever directional flip of the booster.
That's right. If you followed previous flights and you kind of wonder to yourself, why does the direction of the booster flip seem random? Surprise, it's because it was. We've got a couple of views from previous flights where you'll see the booster kind of go in different directions. And it was really small differences in the thrust of those ship engines. As they started up, they would nudge the booster in an initial direction. And so the booster would essentially sense that and then lean into it. And it'll react, the engines will gimbal, and then it'll continue the flip. That was the easiest option.
I'm back. What are you talking about right now?
You do take some.
We're talking about the directional flip versus the random flip the booster used to do.
Exactly, but if we know which direction we're flipping,
There is so much they've added, like in terms of flight profiles, this flight, that it's going to be very. You know, I would not be surprised if something goes wrong with the booster post separation.
My trusty Super Heavy here. We're going to intentionally try to flip straight up. So as you're separating from the ship, we want to get to here as you're doing that boost back burn. The fastest way is to just flip straight up and go into it. That's roughly what we did on Flight 5. It's the most direct way to get into that orientation for the boost back burn. What you don't want to do is
Oh my god, I'm just like,
that.
is it going to happen again?
It takes you in a big loop, uses the most amount of prop, not efficient. We're at the point where we want to start kind of tuning it in and getting some extra performance out of the booster.
Yeah, exactly. That's called optimization.
Sorry.
To accomplish this, we made some changes to the hot stage adapter, welding reinforced panels over.
I mean, I guess I'll see what happened with reentry in like
So when the
an hour once the night it comes on.
push against the blocked vents, which means that the nudge will be in the direction that we planned for. And then when we
I just can't have my phone at work.
Sir, we plan to control the flip direction by fine-tuning the engine startup sequence on the ship.
Yeah, and that's not the only flight experiment that we have planned for the booster today. We're not attempting a catch, so we're going to try and gather additional data that's going to improve performance on future boosters. We're also going to try and see how resilient we are to things like losing an engine during the landing burn. By sending the booster out to sea, we're able to do these higher risk tests without risking the launch pad. As you might have heard earlier, we're going to be doing what's called a higher angle of attack. Basically, instead of coming straight down, we're going to tilt up a little bit. That gets you more drag on the booster. You're able to use just aerodynamic forces to slow you down. The slower you're going at the start of that landing burn, the less propellant you need, because really you're just focused on slowing down as much as humanly possible when you fire that up. So by already going a little bit slower, we'll get some benefits to our performance.
How's my
and our
stream
reliability
going
on those
right now?
Yeah, exactly. And there's definite uncertainty in how well the booster's grid fins and structure will be able to control its flight when we get into higher angles. So don't be surprised if it isn't a smooth descent for the booster down to its splashdown point today. The most important objective of this portion of the test will be getting actual flight data to help anchor our models. Now, we're hoping to fly the next generation of Super Heavy boosters at even higher angles of attack, so this test today will give us a better idea of what
New boosters need to have
now, on top of all of
improved
this, we're going to
structural
see how
integrity.
resilient Super Heavy is to engine failures at the most critical times.
Yeah, we're going to intentionally disable one of those 3 center engines and instead use an engine from the middle ring that's kind of right behind it. Those center engines are what we nominally use at the very last part of a landing burn. You're just kind of fine-tuning the booster's path into those waiting chopstick arms. This is going to act as a real-world simulation of a pretty scary situation where engines are not
Super Heavy
starting at
shits itself
probably the
last
worst
second
possible
during
time,
the set.
but we're going to do this without
I mean,
risking
they're going to
that.
simulate it essentially and see if it
At the
works.
very end of the landing burn, we're going to cut one
It's
more
pretty
engine
cool,
off and go
actually.
down to only only those two center engines. The burn is going to end while Super Heavy is still several hundred feet above the
Also explains why they're not going to catch
a
it.
pretty hard splashdown today. So,
Yeah, well.
in all, pretty eventful day for the booster.
And as many of you may know, water landings are actually uncommon for SpaceX. While other launch providers expend all of their boosters after flight, we land and reuse most of ours. All of these tests are going to help us improve future generations of Super Heavy until we reach its fundamental design, a fully and rapidly reusable and reliable rocket. All right, let's check back in with Chris in Hawthorne. How's it going, Chris?
Hey, Jesse.
Chris
Here in Hawthorne, definitely agree with you. We can't wait to see the Super Heavy perform its second flight and see all of the work from our thousands of engineers and technicians in action today. Now, while this reuse milestone is incredibly important for Starship's development, Super Heavy boosters are not the only vehicles that we reuse here at SpaceX. We're big on reuse, and our Dragon fleet is another example of that reuse. And we actually control those Dragon missions from right here in Hawthorne in the mission control room that we talked about a little bit earlier.
I'm surprised they haven't talked about
And our
Starbase yet.
program this month also marks a big milestone for SpaceX, our 5-year anniversary of human spaceflight.
I'm talking about like as in
Now,
it being incorporated. Like they touched on it, but
back on demo 2, which
they said they're going to go into detail.
being the first time
They're probably going to go into detail during Elon's speech before flight, and now this goes on after.
Yeah.
Now, in those 5 years, we have
Sounds
launched
about right.
17
A lot of the big details are going to be during Elon's speech, I believe.
including Polaris Dawn, with our first commercial spacewalk in history.
Now, if only if they were going to recatch this booster, imagine the backdrop. Second recatch of a booster while Elon's talking.
66 crew in those 5 years, and we are expecting that number to grow significantly in the coming years. Now, most recently on our From 2 mission, the crew offered unique glimpses into the orbital spaceflight experience. And this was honestly just so cool to see. Thank you to our Starlink teams for making everything with the From 2 crew shared possible. This honestly made me feel like I was right there with them in Dragon. They were living, they were working, they were relaxing, they were doing their experiments while also having fun. Basically, just being people and inviting us along for the ride. And that was really meaningful. Being invited up there really showed how these are just the early days
9 minutes.
making life multiplanetary. And the vehicle that's going to make all of that happen is Starship. And Dan and Jesse, I don't know about you, but that is definitely a future I have wanted since I was a little kid, and I cannot wait to see us make it a reality.
Yeah, right there with you, Chris. It's the fact that we're getting close to that being reality, that the vehicle that's going to go is sitting on the pad right there. Like, that's endlessly exciting. All of that's going to include sending humans, all of the infrastructure for a permanent presence on Mars. And we're looking ahead to sending the very first Starships to Mars as early as next year.
Yeah, this will help prove that we can actually get to Mars with focus on learning as much as possible while demonstrating what will be needed for Mars transit and landing.
How's my
Before
stream?
we
Is it
make
still
life
good?
multiplanetary, we have
I'm
to build
getting
the starships
mixed
that
messages
will
from
make
the
this all
voice
possible.
connection thing.
That's right, and that's happening
stream's good.
here, Starbase, Texas.
How's my voice?
Gateway to Mars. This is where we're soon going to be launching
Is
up
my
to
voice good?
25 Starship
Your voice is
launches
good
per
too.
year from here at Starbase.
Okay,
And
so
the
it's
place
just
is
Discord being
changing
funny.
every single day.
Yeah, I
We've
think
grown
so.
quite a bit just in the last couple of years.
Oh
There's a
my
couple
God,
hundred
like,
employees,
people
their
thought I had
families
you. That
living
was
amongst
crazy.
actual rockets. We're in the process of expanding
I
production.
love the fact that they keep talking about
Targets
NOS,
of
NOS, and they haven't
1,000
said anything
year
about
we're
the
gonna
moon
try
or
to hit.
this out this
And
program.
recently, we did become a city of our own. We're the first city in Cameron County in 30 years. And that's just going to help us scale more quickly, try to build out the best community possible for all the people that are building the future of humanity's place in space. Starbase, pretty easily one of the most inspiring,
Wow, look at
exciting, unique places to live and work on the planet. As usual, shameless plug, we're always hiring. Come help us build the gateway to Mars. Visit spacex.com/careers. You see all of our openings.
And this is my first time in Starbase, and Dan, the Star Factory is a manufacturing engineer's dream. To be able to build a factory like this at such a large scale with such a large scale vehicle is so wild to me. And though I'm just visiting, Chris is hanging out right where I call home base. So let's check back in with Chris in Hawthorne.
Thanks, Jesse. Yeah, everything here in Hawthorne's looking good. The crowd is gathered, really excited to watch the hard work of all of their colleagues come to fruition here for Starship on its 9th flight test. Not tracking any issues. We are excited to watch Starship do its thing today, make it halfway around the world, and test a lot of those critical in-space
we're going to be to like minus 30 seconds, right?
Will be vital for the program's continued operation. So, Dan and Jesse,
I mean, we could.
Let's
I think we
let's have a
should.
good flight today.
Once again, what do you mean
Thanks,
it's 6
Chris.
minutes? What do you mean
Now,
it's
if
6
you're just
minutes?
now
It's
joining
not
us,
feeling real. It
where
doesn't
have you
feel
been?
real to me.
Is that great?
Now,
I mean,
we are at T
that's true. I mean, I think it would be off-putting if everyone's chanting death, 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 death,
So
death.
far, the
as it's
range is looking good. All the air
Just death.
Come on, Starship.
area that we
Score
are
some fucking goals.
through is looking good for
Take me my money.
Weather has been great. It was a little rainy and windy this
Oh
morning.
yeah, what does Polymarket say about this?
Here in Starbase.
It's probably someone to put money on the flight.
Continues on both stages.
All right, yeah, it is continuing. We're a little over 90% full.
Well, screw ABC
We
News.
are pretty much full in the main tanks on ship, filling up those header tanks. We're going to continue.
Alright,
to
she's bristling. Frankly,
once we're done with that,
the mainstream media gives Starship a lot of bad press.
Repellent straight across those two stages.
62% for
After
successful splashdown.
Our stage 0 will get ready to.
Well, it's all politically. It's all political.
All of those fluid feed lines back.
They don't focus on the scientific efforts. You know, the people who actually don't want to be, you know, politically involved.
In
They're
fairness,
just there because they.
Control system, our thrust
in
vector
fairness,
controls,
they
and
chose to work for the company.
Check out.
I mean, I'm currently looking at jobs in the space industry. There's a lot of ones with SpaceX. I'm not going for anything because
built into the
I have actual
where we
ethics.
can pause to wait for any final checkouts, pressure
Unlike
revisions, anything that we need
the
to
people
complete,
at
that
Starbase,
we
I guess.
will there if we're tracking an issue. We're not currently tracking anything that will hold us at T-minus 40 seconds, but if you've seen
T-minus 420.
they can happen. We can
Recording,
through those
blaze it.
and then launch that day.
Exactly. But when we do pass through T-minus 40 seconds, a number of events will occur in rapid succession.
Got him. I'm tingly.
Systems come up to flight pressure.
Nothing makes me feel like this other than Starship launch.
Is removed in preparation for
All the way back to the first 15-kilometer hop. We start with SN8. Nothing makes me more tingly than
about this stuff.
It's a very weird feeling because, like, it's a mix of emotions.
There are a couple of things.
Like Glenn in SLS wasn't like
You have no physical connection to
I still got the
it.
tingles for like, oh, this is just different.
I've looked at this for years and years, and you know,
10 seconds.
seeing it get to this point is monumental.
After it starts and
Like, there's a degree to which it almost doesn't, to which, like, you know, it almost doesn't matter. Like,
Also,
it could blow up on the
yeah.
pad.
I
would still go for it again.
Also, think about it this way. 5 years ago,
It can blow up on the pad now.
5
It wouldn't
years
have
ago
any
to
effect on my life.
we are
5 years ago to the week is when
Or
SN4
at least my
blew up.
physical life.
we
Yeah.
should be here.
Well, I mean, and the program would go on even if it blew up on the
5
pad.
years to the day since we've lost the last
It just
SN
took a
on
lot
the
more
ground.
time and money.
Wow, the
But that was not me.
weather just looks
It's
amazing.
a long way.
2:45.
What do you mean it's 2 minutes?
Also, look at Pad B. Look at Pad B.
Yeah.
45 seconds from
I'm just like,
zero.
this is
There's
insane.
a lot of objectives for
It feels
today.
It
doesn't feel real.
It doesn't feel good. It's a simulation, I'm telling you.
Last flight was on flight
I mean, that's your worry, guys. If you are not ready for the launch, there's going to be a wave with any second. I'm not ready.
I'm super excited to see that booster fly again.
Okay.
I'm not
You
ready.
just hear
Why did they add this here? Why? What's the purpose?
It's for the trucks. It's so that
Future
trucks can get around.
once we hear that.
Future planning.
But again, that's
Yes.
not the end of the day. We can hold
That's the
T-minus
usual.
I have become
quite a few
comfortably
minutes.
numb.
We have to start
T-minus.
looking at
Do you
our
technically know how to use this?
on board.
It looks like a face.
Technically know how to use this?
Yeah, it looks like a face. Like, look at it.
Down for the day. So we're
It
going to
does.
hold T-minus.
Yeah, I'm
See
too
here.
tired.
It's like an Airbus box.
Let's go marine traffic.
Some additional checkouts.
One- 1 minute, 45 seconds,
While we're at
guys.
That T-minus 40
Alright, kids, you better start calm down. What are they?
Expect to see
What are they?
1 minute to the inevitable hold. Wow.
And then again, we've got a couple of
They
minutes.
did say that.
Is anybody
If
reporting
we're
this?
able to clear them, we can still launch today. If it's
Someone
something
is.
that
It's
we
possible that they
can't,
just
we
skip the
stand
hold,
down,
but they have the
turn
hold
around,
point scheduled at
try
T-minus
to get
40
them
seconds,
There might
so
be-
we'll see if they burn through or not.
Again, that's really important. This
There
is
might be ships and they're not marked.
for is to be checking the vehicle, monitoring the vehicle systems as it makes its way down to T0.
Y'all looking on mic.
To catch anything and be
Looking
able
on
to
mic,
stand
look I
up and
did.
saying, and recycle if we need to, or pause so that we can work through those issues and see if it's something that we need to stand down for.
See, Starship is
Alright,
the face.
1 minute.
Dan mentioned we will be holding at T-minus 40 seconds, so in about 20 seconds from now.
1 minute? Holy hell.
Oh boy.
And
We're holding at
going
T4.
through these final checkouts.
Starship will begin.
Sounds like just one of those Raptors on the first
Wait, is
stage
it a
on
hold?
Super Heavy.
It's a hold.
It is
He
holding.
said we're reflying
Not
it
yet.
for the first time.
3, 2, 1, hold.
Maybe a hold now.
Hold.
We're at the hold.
Not yet.
We're at
I'm
the,
taking
Oh.
behind.
They even have the little symbol.
Twice.
we're in the final pre-check hold.
Third time.
And you just
Yeah.
heard our flight director for the day, Joe Sliker. He just shared that we are going to hold.
Yeah, I'm gonna deafen.
And we're keeping an eye on one of those
Yeah,
Raptor
everybody
engines
quiet.
on booster. And if you're just now jumping in, we are holding still at T-minus 40 seconds. Watching one engine, waiting for temperatures to kind of get to a zone that we want them to on one of the engines on the booster, on the Super Heavy booster, getting
Also,
ready
there have cooling issues.
for its second ever flight.
Single
Yeah.
engine.
I'm probably thinking it's.
We'll just continue to hold. Again, we can hang out here for several minutes.
It's probably just the chill down.
Held
The
for
chill down
It
is
is
probably
the
taking
chill
a little. It's probably one engine's just being a little finicky on the chill down.
It's
We triggered
exactly
a different
that.
issue on the ground
I'm
side.
guessing that if they go that.
But again, this is exactly what it's for. This gives us the best chances at success.
Not entirely possible.
And the clock is rolling.
There we go.
We're rolling.
All right.
We are go.
T-minus 30.
Here we go.
Listen.
Go.
That
Yep.
first flight
Go
crew
to SpaceX, go to Starship.
ready to take off.
Alright, launch criteria is met. Range criteria is met. We can go for launch.
That same camera angle.
Okay,
It's
shut
a
up.
ship.
Everybody shut up.
And
Whoa.
New UI.
Wait, this is...
Yo, this is from Taiwan.
And
Oh, holding.
Oh.
Holding.
You gotta be kidding me.
Abort. They boarded at like T
That's gonna be abort, automatic abort once they go
Yeah,
past 40.
abort.
Would that make it a scrub?
40 seconds.
Not necessarily.
Yeah.
They can recycle in a few
Pretty
instances.
sure once they go past the 40.
Yeah, but it happened so far in the count.
So, yep.
It wasn't that far.
That's the reason they have the 40. If they go past the 40, it's a hold.
No, I don't think it happened that far because they did not reach engine ignition. I don't think they reached deluge ignition.
I don't think they got that close.
No, they did not.
T-minus
We
10.
do have the
They got
So yeah,
the
there might just be
they-
a press issue.
as you mentioned.
I think they were about 2 seconds away
Might
from
be that
if the
same
water.
record.
They were about 2 seconds from fucking water going off, and that would have probably helped.
Ground side
Yeah,
issue.
but
Ground
they-
side is.
Real quick. So again, we're gonna.
yeah, maybe pressure or temperature was
T-minus
the
40.
The flat.
You're
People are
saying
saying
something
the
about
flicker didn't go.
a ground issue? Or?
ground system issue. Yeah, that would make
For
sense.
the day. Give them
Scrub?
a couple of minutes
There's like-
to work through this. Again, we can hang
Give
out
it a couple
with you
minutes.
for
They're trying to. They're
minutes.
trying
No.
to.
Eventually,
yet,
we
not yet.
start looking
Aligning
Yeah,
at
it's scrub for
tar-
the day,
both
but no.
temperatures and all of
Aligning rocket with downrange
We're
targets.
not actively replenishing the propellant. on
Primary
the
targeting
Super
system
Heavy
locked.
And so
Targeting at
Yeah, they got
have
to
essentially forever to hang out.
They were about a second from diverter.
They got to about T-minus 10 seconds.
Yeah, like, did the diverter not go, or was it something else?
This issue, we can
We don't know. They say
continue
it's a
for
ground
couple
issue.
minutes.
Yeah,
Couple of minutes.
What's launched without?
I've got
did
like
they say?
17 minutes before. Like, come on, please.
Just
Something about
launch
the
it.
ground system.
Do it.
We do have an hour left in the window.
Yeah, we cool.
I don't think the DSS went off, did
Alright,
it?
so
Yeah, we were about a second from
a
deflector.
little over 3 minutes between the
Yeah,
two
we're fine.
flights. Again, this is a ground side.
It's not pushing it.
On our tower, the techs are looking through the data right now to see if it's something.
The system holds it automatically at the right moment. Essentially, you can hold it just before anything got expended.
It's a tower issue.
Holding a T
It's a tower issue.
How long can Starship hold for? 5 minutes? 10 minutes?
Oh, much more than that.
Pretty much
Last time they did like the wedges rehearsal, they held for like an hour.
30 seconds. We continued the count, but recycled before we got to T minus 10 seconds. And so we're back at a hold at T minus 40 seconds.
We have 15 minutes. Wait.
Checking out.
So much for that Jesse lock.
If we can continue today.
You gotta be kidding me, please.
Let him work it out. Come on.
I waited all day for this.
I won't be here for the launch tomorrow, please.
More people are saying it was the deluge. Or no, yeah, no, it is. They're saying.
No, it's not. I believe it's T minus 10.
We were at T minus 11.
We're continuing
11
here at T minus 40 seconds.
Come on, go.
See if they got down to that point. Or
now, as the teams evaluate if we can continue to T0 for Flight 9.
If they're evaluating for this long, I don't think it's gonna happen.
Give them time. It's not
they're still chilled. Everything's still chilled. They're still trying to go.
Yeah. She's still bristling. She's ready to go.
Oh, they might have it.
Shush.
Come on.
All right, so we are getting to a resolution. We're gonna reset everything.
What?
So
what do you mean by that?
Is that a scrub or are we?
Good question. Maybe go back to the top of terminal count.
They said reset.
Back to terminal. Everything would mean we're.
So maybe go. Maybe they're gonna reset to the top of terminal count. Maybe.
They're going to disassemble and reassemble the rockets.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right, so we're
well fully fueled.
Resume.
Oh, we're going!
Oh boy.
Chronometer is running.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
Now watch out for a second possible abort at T minus 11.
Again, if we encounter this issue.
Oh god.
But for
now,
now,
gonna scrub.
Rolling. We'll see if we pass.
Alright, we got this.
Minus 10.
Come on.
Yep.
Come on.
We got DSS.
17.
Let's get ready to rumble.
Get ready.
10 seconds.
9,
8. We are past countdown.
Ignition and make our love.
Boosters, all engines to
He's going.
Break a moment.
and we are focused.
Here we go.
Miss it.
That's wonderful.
Ooh,
Those
is
are
it
good
this?
raptors.
There we go.
Is it
Don't
me or is it faster than
clean.
usual? Look at that
Clean
fucking
plume. Clean plume, baby. Let's go. Alright, give us a close.
Alright, that's what
Oh,
we
it's
wanted.
beautiful.
Look how clean
Big
it looks.
diamond.
No
So
issues
beautiful.
visible so far. Raptors look good, baby. Come on, keep her
Alright,
going.
everybody keep your eyes open. We are looking for anything that looks anomalous.
Right over top of us, we see
Alright,
33.
so
The peepers are on.
Our engine's lit.
Peepers on.
Not super heavy as it's.
Oh, this is
minutes, I'm
beautiful.
gonna head outside.
Look how beautiful. Look at that. All 33 look good.
A ship in the air.
Oh,
Oh, I think one's out.
come on.
Dynamic pressure.
Already halfway to spaceship. Come on, baby.
Full
They have. Yeah,
Oh,
about
yep, you're
33.
right. I see him. I see him.
And that was
Just
Next
trust the
you.
UI.
I'm watching that SF stream.
We're good. We're good.
the building shaking
Okay.
your feel.
No, they're all on.
Come on, baby.
You
Come
can
on.
watch a stream on Jordan.
And we're just about a minute away.
All right, I'll do that.
Look,
That's
kids,
good.
remember, they're going a very more vertical
Look at
descent
the
profile.
section or braided.
Oh yeah, I forgot. They're like gonna try and give themselves more time so they can shut off the engines and completely bypass the flight conditions that were causing the issues.
We're going to see all of the 3 center engines.
Can we go on stage?
That's beautiful.
You can't
Our version
if you don't do that.
Engines cut off.
Looking
And then just a few seconds later,
25 seconds to stage separation.
On ship.
Okay, we're still good.
Still have all 33 on.
Chrome looks
Yeah,
a
like
little. Chrome looks a
The
little off
boosters
now.
have gotten so good.
Oh,
Like,
we're still good.
genuinely. Oh, we're rolling.
Okay,
We're rolling. Roll on, roll on.
I think
Is
it's
that-
past.
is
Okay,
that-
we're still good. Pitch is still good. Pitch is still good. We're just rolling.
Yeah, I think it's past. I
Probably
think it's just
just
a roll forward.
maintain. We're good. We're
Yeah,
good.
same
This is
lines.
work. We're just
Well, maybe
All right,
that's
Phil.
what
All right.
Booster
Here we go.
5 seconds to stage set.
We're going for it.
Come on.
Should
Come on,
straight
dude.
out.
Come on.
Come on.
Come on.
All right.
Down.
Come on.
Looks good.
Closed loop control.
And
Close loop steering now.
Come on.
All right. Shut down. Shut down. Shut down. We're good.
Watch for the Starship.
I'm 10 seconds
All right.
away.
And there's
Oh, that was good.
Set. Good job.
6.
All six going.
Starship is go.
Perfect.
Starship
Pitch.
is go.
Right, super heavy.
We're on the board. We're on the board.
Engines.
Oh, we see the ship.
Good pitch
We see the
over
ship.
from the booster. All relist.
6 healthy rapid.
Oh, scored down.
Hang on. Let me fix my mic so it won't sound like I'm inside a garbage can.
Look at the top. Look at the top.
Yeah, we did not see any fire at this time, I think. We
Look at the
maybe
top.
see
Look at
some
the top.
fumes.
There's something.
Yeah, there's fumes, I think.
That should be a low bar to not see fire.
Is that fire?
I don't think that's fire. I think that's fumes.
Is that a leak?
That's engine.
But it's clearly generating light. It's either a vent or a leak.
Something's going on with the booster.
Powers of the sun lighting up the
Booster.
Oh shit! My microphone cord is just straight up broken. Okay.
Yeah, hot staging has separated.
A higher angle of attack.
That's beautiful.
As well as some engine tests.
Conditioning has commenced.
To the Gulf, we are. Again,
So now we have the return sequence.
We are sending it to
Oh yeah, I
the Gulf.
forgot, guys. I can't talk too loudly, or else my sister will yell at
Coming
me.
back down to it.
You see the ship with the engines continuing its ascent to its planned suborbital trajectory. Everything going very well.
They've removed the altitude data, but they've removed the velocity data from Starship and Super Heavy. That's not bueno.
That's sus. That's sus. Why am I not surprised? Why am I not surprised?
Fire!
3 Raptor engines on.
I wish we had
That's
fire.
not a fire.
The
I don't think
Is that
that's
just a
fire.
normal? Is that just a normal clue?
That might just be a
I don't
clue,
know.
yeah.
Liquid oxygen
I
propellant.
hope
Maybe
that's
it's one of the
normal.
upgrades. Maybe these are something we
Hey,
haven't
look,
done
it's the hot
before,
station.
As it comes in,
which is maybe not be good.
Here's something I learned about SpaceX. If we're not getting information, it's bad. If we are getting information, it's good.
Dad.
Yeah.
It might be just
Take the static fire.
Super heavy is
That didn't
That's-
go well.
What can we expect here in the next?
Yeah, and the left engine's also, the exhaust is starting to be finicky.
Oh, I see a little bit of fire.
Yeah, now as we had
Yeah, that's not good. That is yeah, fire.
right down. We're going to be putting it through the
It looks like methane.
I'm still not sure that's a fire or not.
Yeah, look at
But
that.
it
We've
is.
done this in pictures, we've done this in computer
That's a leak.
modeling, it
That might be
shows
just
that
empty, right?
Fire.
That's not normal. I don't think that's normal.
It's very
I don't think it is.
localized.
There she goes.
to get real world data. So here comes super heavy.
Yo, yeah, you're right. You know what?
Watch for the booster. Watch for the booster.
No, hold on, here comes
Oh, that's the sun.
Okay, it's
That is the sun.
That's
No.
a pretty. That's a pretty rapid
Oh, that's the sun.
pitch.
And we are
Oh, the heat.
13
That's right.
engines.
Oh, the heat.
oh, but
I forget how toasty the booster gets. I'm still not
yeah,
used to
here
that.
we go.
Farewell, Booster
We will
14.
be shutting
We
down
love you.
one of those
Kill yourself now.
intentionally.
Well,
You should.
Like,
That's not nice.
You should kill yourself now.
Ship's not doing good.
During landing.
And
it's now
continuing
subsonic.
Oh god.
6
Right
healthy
for that.
engines
Oh,
on
come
on.
the ship.
Here we go, Land.
Sea level.
Show us.
and
Where?
3
And-
Show us
boosters
that.
still ignited.
Hit it.
Hey,
Super heavy.
Landing
Wow.
burn.
There is.
Landing.
There
realize.
is.
See those grid fins.
One out. One out.
Nine engines.
Ignited for our landing burn.
Up. All out.
Oh, that's it.
Oh,
Fail.
Yeah, that's a fail.
that's it. It's cooked.
Engine fail. I think she blew.
Engine fail.
Yeah.
Wait, do we have prop data? We don't have prop
No.
data. We don't have prop data.
No.
We don't have proper.
No, she rutted.
Tree.
I think
That's not good.
She blew on the relay, I think.
Oh, it blew up in the air.
In the air, I think. Yeah.
Confirmation that the booster did.
I just saw 10 straight midair.
It's dead.
It blew up on the relay.
Ending before it was able to get through land
Yes.
burn, but again, we were
Maybe.
Hey, the fume is
blew up on
all
the relay.
seen it to make.
Oh, wait, no, there it is.
In the
There it is.
Fire's out.
Live data back.
Fire's out.
The entire time.
It's out. It's still there, but it's very, very small. On the top right-hand side.
Whoa.
Here's my question. Why do they have to make a fire suppression system? Why not just fix the thing that made the fire in the first place?
Because that probably
Does that require effort?
About 2 minutes.
that requires effort and new architecture. That's probably for more V2 or V3 ships.
It's too much of an upgrade.
I have second engine or second stage.
Is that?
Maybe they just should have built that design to V2 then.
Views, Dad.
Oh, hang on. Are they actually gonna get there?
Failure.
They
The
actually
right
get
sea
there.
level running through.
Yeah, I'm seeing a bit of a hot spot on the right-hand side in vacuum engine.
I think that's just
on the
local
bell?
failure region.
On the bell. On
Shut
the
up, we're
bottom.
getting close. We're getting close.
Oh yeah, they picked convenient camera switch.
But
Yeah.
all right,
That's
we got
not good.
about a minute left into this
We're almost there. Come on.
Signal.
as we
There we
get to
go.
the final stages.
20,000 kph.
Come on, come on, do something funny. Do something
Come on.
funny.
We're getting close. Hey, shut the hell up.
Yeah,
Whoa.
100%. That's a hot spot.
Still good.
Yeah.
I'm screening. Screening. I got screening.
Uh-oh.
Oh dear.
That's very similar to what we've seen on Flight 7.
Miller fire. Top right, between the engines, fire.
I see.
Yeah.
There it is. Between the engines, no fire.
You guys
It's
are
the
just
same spot.
Please,
We're in terminal
come on.
guidance.
Oh boy.
Just a few more.
It's up right now.
It's almost there. It's almost there.
Guys, come on.
Yes,
It's
yes,
almost there.
yes,
Shut
yes,
down.
yes,
It's almost shut.
yes,
We're good.
yes,
Come on.
That's it. That's it. That's it,
Come on,
people.
pull out. Come on.
Raptors
No, not yet.
Oh,
Not yet. We got 3
Yeah.
seconds left.
Oh wait, we're not there yet.
Levels still running.
Oh, they shut down the vacuum
Yes.
and now we're left on the sea levels.
Oh, no, that's good. That's good.
And full shutdown.
yes,
Oh,
yes,
shit. Oh, we did it. Oh, that didn't look good. That was not a clean shutdown.
Oh, there's a fire.
There's a fire. There's a fire.
We got fire. Fire.
The three most
That's
beautiful.
venting.
All right.
Is that venting?
Great call.
I just gasped.
We had
It's
a
outgassing.
phenomenal insertion.
It's outgassing at this point, yeah.
we did it.
It's
Ooh, that's, yeah.
Oh, she's spinning. That was not a clean shutdown.
Now it's spinning.
Yeah, that was.
They were probably like barely out of prop.
No.
We reflew a super heavy.
That's a leak. That's a leak. She did not have a good shut.
This is not a good spin. This is not.
That's not normal. She's
It's
she's got a
showing
lot
sicko
of
mode.
Suborbital
Yeah.
for its mission.
I'm hearing any people saying that.
The good news is that it's not going to raise a bit over to St. Pecos. It's only going to be over the Bahamas.
6 of its
Or is it normal?
all the way through SECO.
Is it lost?
Now.
No, it's just
It does
spinning.
not have more.
No, it's just spinning.
Does it not have, like, does it have, not have attitude control?
It's just doing a plane.
It's going. It's doing the endurance. It's hitting
Say
the
something.
endurance.
It's doing its shit.
Say
Is
something
this
for
flying
fuck's sake.
testing?
Tell us the.
Yeah,
Incredible.
it's possible they may be having the same issue as I-54 with the thrusters like froze or something. They lost ACS.
Hey, ship 35, hit the endurance, stunt on him.
I need to collect.
Yeah, it's spinning and overend at this point. It's fast spin.
Over there and Hawthorne, man.
I don't think
It's
it's good.
slowing. The spin is slowing.
The elation and the
Spin is
excitement
slowing.
and the happiness.
I don't think it's slowing if it's just the camera's field of view.
That's a lot.
Carried through
It's hard to
across
say.
all of our sites.
Guys.
Is that
What
E-Type
is the
Critical
protected?
Legacy Starship back orbiting the Earth, just
What is
under
the
11 minutes
flight
into our mission.
This isn't good.
Exciting
It's
I
spinning.
love spreading misinformation online.
Pumped, especially
It might be Flight 3, yeah. The ACS might be
As
frozen
guaranteed,
again.
It has been an exciting evening so far.
Well, how could that be? I
Or
thought
is
they
it
fixed that.
is it for the
Maybe something else caused it.
is it for the Starlink that blew?
But we were able to clear this one on the
We are not aware of any procedure that requires spin for the
successfully
deployment.
from
Oh,
space.
looks like it's getting a little bit faster now.
Raptor engines lit on
That's because the FOV is
all
tighter,
six
so it
engines lit
feels
on
faster.
ship, bringing it to its
I think the
full
speed is
successful
constant, actually.
around Earth. But as Dan said, we've
Yeah,
got a
no,
lot
that seems
still
not
coming
my
up
brand.
in our flight sequence.
Ooh.
Coming up at
Yeah,
T
that's,
plus 18 minutes, 26
Very-
seconds, we'll have the
I
first
don't know.
of
Let me see what Scott has to say about this.
planned from Starship. That will be followed at about T plus 37 minutes.
Spaceship 35, do your best impression of a microwave oven.
Suborbit. He hasn't said anything else yet. No one said anything about the spin.
I am the one who makes microwave meals.
Orbit burn for future.
Ship 35, do your best impression
Are
of a
we
burger
turning?
in a
Or is it
microwave.
turning? No, because it's
Yeah, stop man.
It's a 3-axis rotation.
Rotating around its longitudinal axis rather than holding attitude like previous flights.
Which should take about
Yeah.
16
This isn't good.
to complete. And now today's reentry is going to
That is a lot coming out of
I'm seeing
Or is she going right?
how Starship will hold up to 100 missing heat shield piles
That might
on
be
its
colored
thermal
up, though.
protection system.
I'll check
Now,
by
we
W.
purposely took those 100 tiles off over very critical areas of the vehicle.
Probably lost more than 100
Safety
tiles
test on
now.
a flight like this suborbital trajectory into the Indian Ocean. What might happen
Oh,
on an
boy.
operational flight in those
Still banning, yeah.
to lose the primary heat.
But I think that's normal.
So,
Did they just put the Falcon team on Starship at
after
this
that, we'll
point?
have the final.
Actually, wait, no, all the Falcon engineers left because they were being treated terribly.
Definitely push the booster to its limits today to gather
I forgot, my
We'll
bad.
be doing the exact same thing on that ship, seeing how the
We're retrograde now.
conditions that we will need
Oh,
to
it
fly
did
as
it.
we look to one day soon bring ships back to Starbase for catch and reuse.
It might be spinning in a hopeless spin, but
on Starship for deployment
you know.
today, as we will see in a few minutes, the primary
Whatever.
the primary payload for today is the data. And today,
Looks like
just
they're
like
gaining
the Starship's
control right
previous
now.
test flights, that
Like, I
data
don't see any
is coming
shadows
to us
moving.
courtesy of our Starlink network. In fact,
Well,
it is from Starlink
let's
that
wait and
we're
see.
seeing these wonderful views of ships
looks like
in
they got
space
control now.
right now. So,
Does it?
and I can't wait to see Starship.
Yeah.
Epic views in that
I don't
data
know.
transmission during reentry, which is very, very critical.
And now they got
Getting
control
that
back
data
from what it looks like.
So, Dan and Jesse,
I'm starting to see it too.
exciting day so far.
It's possible that they had
There's
an
more to
unclean
come,
shutdown
as we
which
get
sent
ready
them
for
into
Starship's
spin,
first
and
ever
then the
payload
88 had to
deployment. What can we
compensate,
expect
and
next
now
year
it's
in
finally
just units?
compensated.
Thanks, Chris. Just going to read.
Also, the fact that the 2 mid-air runs we have in the Starship program.
But
You got a Starlink yet?
News today.
Also, by the way,
Starship
by the way, the sheer coincidence that for both mid-air runs on descent for Starship so far have been when we did not have a good view of the craft. SN11 and now Booster 14.
With tests like these, we can see how Starship's
Why am I not surprised?
work in flight while ensuring that
I feel like they just threw in.
Hopefully the landing buoy caught something.
or for other satellites.
It might have, but they aren't gonna give us it if it shows anything incriminating.
Starlink satellites that do survive reentry splash down harmlessly in the middle of the Indian Ocean.
Yeah, it looks like the stable,
And
right?
then before we get there, though, we're going to
Yeah,
open
stable,
up the
same.
payload
We might not be
deploy door. So we've only ever done that one time.
Yeah, they
before.
might have needed to leak a lot of
Pretty sure
propellants
Flight
to
3
put
is
the
one
ship back
on the
in the
internet.
ocean,
Please check
but
me.
Yeah, they're gonna
This
be
is
moving
insane.
through
And we've had
RCS really quickly.
on the last two flights, but we just.
I'm gonna see what happened if
Moment,
booster.
we were able to open up the payload door.
I know it's lost, but
Ladies,
let's see.
And I think we're gonna have to say
We'll go.
inside
See what
of the
NSF
Starship
has for
payload
us.
bay.
it's not stable yet. It's still changing
A
attitude.
couple of views, you saw one.
Starlink.
I don't think it's as much.
Look inside of the payload bay of Starship.
Look at all that. What is that?
You
Is
can
that
see
oxygen?
them stacked down in the
My
middle
blood
of your
cells.
view. There's kind of four on either side, so they're sandwiched on top of each other, a stack of four right behind
Actually,
you.
yeah, that might be
And we're
oxygen.
gonna pop the
Why is
door
it here?
open. It's on the right side of your screen.
Frost
So you see
particles,
that
maybe?
Open up,
Yep.
and then start firing those Starlink simulators.
Ah, from the launch, maybe.
I've got a feeling that she's gonna not make the relay.
We are expecting the payload door to open in a little over a
I
minute.
think they might have actually gotten into a roll.
And
So yeah, it
once
might be in the
that
stable
payload door is
configuration.
open, about a couple minutes later is when we will start.
Should be stable now.
I mean, if they're going with the Starlink deploy, I think they're thinking that it's safe enough to not risk collision.
Here we go.
See them kind of firing out
Yeah,
from
it's
right
probably
there,
safe.
so really cool. And eventually these are going to carry
That's cool.
dozens of
You're gonna
the
is
next
it gonna
generation
pop them out?
Starlink satellite into space, and those are going to
Any
enable
second.
some truly insane things in terms of
Do
speed.
you think we'll get views of the Starlink spurning up from the ship
We're able
view?
to do.
Possibly.
Starlink's been really great for Starship.
Go my
honestly.
Starlink.
Also, I wonder what attitude we're playing them to make sure that there's no contact between Starlink and Starship during
For
reentry.
a development program, that's kind of
They just do spin to it.
We're in excess of 130 or 160. My numbers are fuzzy right now.
Oh my god, look at all those particles floating around in there.
Of 100 megabits per second of
Yeah.
I love that.
eaten up by video.
Foreign object debris.
Several more. For this flight, you saw a couple of those as we have essentially 3.
Also, no banana set.
No banana
Open
set.
the pod bay door now.
No banana. Wait, is that the tank dome? Or am I wrong?
Back? Yeah, that's the thing.
Below the Starlinks.
Yeah, because we're looking up towards the bottom.
Door?
Is it time for FOD?
But people, is this pitching up nominal?
What does that mean?
Open the door.
There we are.
Foreign object damage. You left a hammer inside the vehicle, and then it's gonna
Open
spin
the
more.
door.
So we're watching out for that.
Open the door.
And you're looking at the inside
Go, my
of
Starlink.
Starship.
It depressurizes violently when the door opens.
Welcome to our disciplinary process.
Mm-hmm.
Elon has attached his most woke employees to the inside of Starship for today's flight.
Well, we heard the door open was in progress.
That's kind of funny.
It was unable
Alright,
to actuate
now.
all the way open.
So that's where Grimes
close it back up.
Come on.
Hal told me no. Said I'm sorry. Dan.
It's all computers.
Okay.
Can't do that.
Starlink
What?
abort.
Looks like we won't get the door open.
Dang it!
The door's stuck. No! The door's stuck.
A test we want
Door's
before we're deploying full-on Starlinks, but the real focus for
on the
this,
inside.
now that we are in space is
This is
getting
actually
that
great.
reentry. That is
They make
Door's
a
stuck.
raptor
Door's stuck.
fucking door.
Please, I beg you, door's stuck.
I just saw someone type in another Discord server. How can they make a Raptor engine but not a fucking door?
alright. So it does look like we're not going to be able to deploy
Yeah,
Starlinks
I'm
today.
getting mad
We
IFT3
should have
vibes from this right now.
pretty frequent
Yeah.
use from
It failed-
Starship.
failed
They
to-
The
might
only
have
time
out,
I believe the only time I believe they were able to get a payload door open was Flight 3, and that got jammed too, right?
So
Flight 3 got jammed open.
the cool part is when we get to reentry, it's going to be
I think they need to focus on building doors more than Raptor engine. I think that should take priority now.
Ship is returning back to Earth.
All right, so we are going to take a break. Enjoy these views as we get them.
Okay,
Enjoy the tunes. We'll be
what-
back
what's-
in a
enjoy
couple
these
of
views.
minutes.
When
We're
it
to
comes
relight
in, like,
one of
an
those
hour?
Raptor engines on order. See you soon.
No basic music, no funny jazz? Well, where's the funny music?
Oh,
Does he know about the DORE?
DORE. So we get to see another.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I cannot.
How the payloads will react when going down.
Me when I cannot make door.
Wait, will they still be like...
As advanced, I think as advanced SpaceX is,
Drake,
they must be in the stone.
Drake, where's the door holder?
I'm getting mad Flight 3 vibes from this.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I cannot do
You got
that.
the roll problems, and then problems with the door.
This is just Flight 3 all over again,
It's
isn't it?
stable already, though. What the hell is all this dust?
It's hard frost particles, I think.
She's just fat and stupid. Leave her alone.
It's kind of sad that V1 worked better than this.
Honestly, it honestly kind of makes sense because I feel like at this point, Elon's just probably paying like the shittiest like salary he can get away with, and so people coming here have like no idea, and they're trying to make magic happen and make impossible things work. So
they're literally trying to do the impossible. For what, like 70,000 a year?
Yeah, they're given impossible deadlines, impossible goals with them given constraints, and then shit blows up.
Well, the only reason those goals are impossible is because they have those constraints. And maybe if they had a little bit more money. Maybe they had a little bit more money in the paycheck.
If they had a little bit more money, if Elon actually just let people do things the normal way, if I don't know, they stop.
Here's the thing. No, guys.
At this point, they've already gone. It's sunk cost fallacy. They put too much into this architect.
Now, I think, to my knowledge,
the problem.
I think an engineer
you guys
makes
realize
about
that last time there was going. You guys realize that sooner or later we're gonna have a record fail
depending on what it is. Specifically, they're making 70, 80 grand a year, which is barely enough
are
to keep them
acting that
alive.
because a failure that was
NASA engineers can make more than you at SpaceX. A government job will pay better than SpaceX.
Yeah.
That says something.
Wait, is it still tumbling?
We don't know.
Yeah, because.
Oh yeah, it's still going. You can look at the little thing at the bottom.
You guys are acting as if a failure that was gonna happen sooner or later. Sooner or later, we're gonna have a Raptor fail.
I don't know how I feel about this.
You're talking about failures in spite of diligence. I'm talking about failures because of lack of diligence.
I'm talking about failures.
We all wait to see.
Because
the
it's actually funny to watch a terrible person's ego project go poorly.
Fun. Oh yeah, that's fair.
Okay.
In front of the mainstream.
Here's the thing, unfortunately.
In front of
this is our best.
Can you let him?
New Glenn and Neutron are our best fucking shots for for a Western space flight right now.
Are you actually? Oh my god, bro. Oh my god. It's over.
SOS is dead. It's
over, bro. It's over, bro. You're cooked.
Did it explode?
You think? Here's the thing. You're thinking about launchers. All you're thinking about is launchers. You're not thinking about spacecraft whatsoever. That's the hardest part, is the spacecraft. And two, you can have a launcher, that's cool and all, but what if we had New Glenn, Neutron, and Starship? That's not gonna do shit if we don't have Orion and a functional lunar lander. Second,
I'm saying heavy and rapidly reuse.
Wait, guys.
No, I agree. I agree. Starship is a valuable
heavy lift with New Glenn and Starship. Those are the only two ones right now.
Platform.
Atlas is gone. Delta 4 is gone. Vulcan is a medium plus.
Hold on, my position is
Vulcan
not
is
based
heavy.
on what is. My position is not based on what is empirically good for human spaceflight. My position is based on my own personal biases and my own personal dislikes, and I make no representations to the contrary. I am a hater, and I will be public about it, and I will confess to that.
I'm not the biggest fan of Elon as of late either, but to call Starship a vanity project at this point still
Starship is
a
meme.
bit.
It is a meme.
But that's not being fair to the engineers who put time, effort, and passion to make something that, as of yet, no one has come close to.
Dude, the shuttle works 1,000 times better. The shuttle worked 1,000 times better.
I am honestly one of the biggest critics of the shuttle. I love the shuttle. It was awesome. It was cool. It helped make the space station. But objectively, it failed. On all principles, it failed.
It did, but you're saying that Starship is better because it hasn't achieved. You're saying Starship is better, and yet it has not achieved anything close to what the shuttle has achieved.
It's still in the fucking test phase.
It's so funny. You realize the shuttle was a fucking miracle that it worked as well it did on the start.
Hey.
It was not a miracle. It was not a miracle. It was because of
a good idea to compare these vehicles.
Tears.
I don't think it's valid to compare these vehicles on any basis. One is finished, the other is not. You cannot compare them. You cannot make a claim of whether it's better or worse until they're finished.
Here's my question: why has Starship flown 9 times now, and yet it's still not finished?
Because it's in development.
Never used. This is
never gonna be.
This is novel. This is a new product.
So is the shuttle.
The standards that the government. This is a private company with a brand new novel system.
So is the shuttle.
There's.
It's not
The shuttle was not private. It was government.
It was government.
How is that
different?
Component.
Because it's funded by Congress, and if something goes wrong with the shuttle, Congress will cut the funding.
Starship
NASA
is not publicly funded.
NASA did not own the space shuttle. Congress did.
If
SpaceX
program had been going the way Starship is, it would have been defunded by now. Now, granted, that's partially because Congress is illiterate about space and would freak out as soon as they saw anything.
Here's my question to you: If Starship
was
was
like a brand new novel system is supposed to work flawlessly from the get-go.
No, the shuttle didn't work flawlessly from the get-go. I'll be the first one to say the shuttle did not work flawlessly from the get-go, but it didn't fucking blow up.
They spent a long time making sure shuttle wouldn't immediately blow up.
I'm sorry. I want to continue this conversation, but I actually do have to go into work now. I'm kind of close. I'm not trying to bail out. I do have to go.
Alright. Have a good one, bro.
Goodbye. Nothing personal. It's just, I'm kind of tired of everyone going doom and gloom the second something goes remotely wrong with this program. When we're still early on.
And I just feel like this program has been absolutely terribly run. That's just my opinion. So.
Yeah. We'll see. I do gotta go.
Yeah, we'll see.
Alright, see you, bro.
Good luck. Hopefully we make it down, but honestly, my prediction is she's gonna blow on the relight.
We find better.
Given the
Do we think that they...
Yo, check telemetry. Why is it turning so much? What?
No, it doesn't have out of control again.
Yeah, she's gone.
I told you it was still spinning. I told you it was still spinning.
What is going on?
It's T3 all over again.
It's spinning a bit faster now.
Dude, this V3 or V2 has been like V2 testing has gone the same way V1 was. 2 booms and a spin.
It's
Flight 1 was a boom. Flight 2 was a
rotating around the pole of the nav ball, so it's flipping between the two axes.
Oh, there goes. Oh, look at that.
Oh,
hard turn. That is not good.
I think the reason they're not showing camera views may be because that would make it obvious.
Yeah, I don't think there's a lot to see, gonna be honest. Well,
there it is.
Yeah, it's nighttime right now.
I told you. If we're getting information, it's good. If we're not getting information, bad stuff is happening.
Oh, that's...
What? Dude, your stream is way faster than mine. How's your stuff up ahead? I'm on the Twitter one. Is there like a faster one?
We just lost... You can get a faster stream on X, the everything app.
I'm watching it on X, the everything
Oh,
app.
damn, you were still like 10 seconds ahead. What the hell?
Yeah,
we are still rolling. Hell.
Oh.
What are we seeing?
That does not look good.
This is not...
Dude, rolling again.
Whoa. Yeah, it's having a normal one.
Oh, this is not going well.
Having a normal.
I'm still.
Oh, fuck!
Oh, Lord.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
Oh, okay, that's gonna tear itself apart.
No.
Get replicated.
It survived IFC1, it'll be fine. No, more likely we're just gonna repeat it by T3 where reenters that are wrong oriented.
Oh no.
Look at this spin feels a lot faster than IFC3's.
Into today's flight.
IFC3
is on its suborbital.
Yeah, man.
As you can see in some of the views and from some of the telemetry, we are in a little bit of a spin. We did some
A little bit of a spin.
A little bit of a spin.
inside of Starship, which
Yeah, totally.
a lot of those are used for your attitude control.
We're
And
getting
so
faster.
at this point, we've essentially
We.
lost our attitude control
They
of
lost.
Starship.
Oh god,
We are
so.
still
Oh,
in
yeah, they lost
attitude
attitude
reentry.
control.
We are suborbital, so no matter what, we are going to enter.
So, it's over.
However, this lowers the chances for it to be a controlled reentry.
Lowers the chances.
Thunderford won.
Lowers the chances.
We had something similar happen.
Oh,
just
new UI.
Second loss of attitude control. We were
We.
at reentry.
How the hell do you lose that?
He said
This is another
they-
failure.
We still have views. The Starlink satellites are pretty robust to still maintaining contact. We've got 4 of those.
Starship is now at Jesus
on
taking
vehicle,
the wheel.
and they're pretty robust to maintaining contact even when we.
Elon, take the wheel.
So we should
Rip Bozo.
keep live views. It's gonna still be
Don't worry,
no
Tesla
Raptor
autopilots.
entry as we are.
Tesla auto. That's actually kind of funny.
On Africa, I believe,
Are they starting to realize?
just to the south of that continent. And by the time we start
this is not good.
out over the Indian Ocean, we'll start heading into a sunrise. So, not.
Hey, let me get my laughing to the
our
bank.
objectives for today, where we were hoping to do the PES deployment and relay engine, and then really importantly get into that controlled entry to really put the heat shield through the ringer. Nonetheless, Starship marching forward towards that reentry.
You spin me round, right, baby, right, round like a record, baby, round, round.
I really want to see them try to realize.
I'm gonna crash out.
I don't think it's gonna fix this, but it'd be funny to see what happens. It might
Just add 8 times symmetry RCS blocks. It'll fix it. Wait, no, think about it. This is just the first test of artificial gravity.
Well, it's true. It's artificial gravity.
Yo, it's just an impromptu Hermes.
Sorry for my.
Finally happened.
There you go.
Savior.
I can already imagine the clickbait titles. It's finally here! Hermes from the Martians! Elon Musk invents new form of gravity.
I
won't forget you, buddy. I won't forget you,
floating
buddy.
through a Martian atmosphere.
Oh god.
Holy shit, it is the Martian atmosphere, think about it, look.
Hey, at least it made it past SECO, even though it's still dog shit. At least it didn't explode.
Oh, it's still doomed.
Yeah, it's still doomed, but it's not doomed in the way the last did. Exactly. At least we got to stay. I guess.
Barely. So, see, when it reached SECO, it was already limping.
Yeah, it was. It already started moving. Like even before that, I think.
Even before SECO.
Yeah, like I thought.
really need to work
Oh
on
my
this.
god. Well, I got
It's gonna be.
I got
It's gonna be a very awkward presentation
Can we get a
tonight.
screenshot of IFT3, please, like of it tumbling? I need a screenshot that quickly.
Do we
What is this,
think Flight 10's gonna have a catch? Ship catch?
No.
Definitely. They have to go.
Think about
now.
Can somebody tell me what all this glowing is around the ship? This aura.
Light. It's the light.
I forgot, but it happened to my
Is it? This is sunlight.
What is it? It's the resonance cascade. That's what it is.
Being judged by the console and is being sent directly to hell.
Why is it? It feels like it's getting faster.
Oh yeah. We're gonna approach like a fucking singularity.
I almost hope that it like rips itself apart because that'd look kind of cool.
I kind of like to see what a relight would do, because I feel like it's not going to fix the problem, but it might do something interesting to the problem.
They could try and use it like gimbaling it.
Yeah, I mean,
the timing would be weird though. It would mess up.
Also,
I think Raptor
very comedic death for the booster. Very comedic death for the booster.
I feel like Starship would just eat itself though. Or no, the Raptor would eat itself. Like, try to relight and then.
Man, boom. This is really taking me back to the good old days of.
This is disappointing.
Yeah, this was really like.
Funny. This is funny. This is funny. This is funny. This is
We didn't
like.
get to see any of the cool booster stuff they were planning, and now we're definitely not going to see any of the cool tile stuff that they were trying to work on.
Wait, hold on. This is literally the V2 version of Flight 3. Because the booster failed on landing, nerd.
Yeah, that's what we've been saying.
How they're gonna move on.
In fact, the entire V2 test campaign's been the same as the first V1 test campaign. You've got
V3 fixes this, guys. Trust.
Two explosions before SECO and then one spin.
It's going
V3
fast
fixes
now.
this guy's trust.
What are the fins doing? What are the flaps doing?
Flat movement here.
We're getting ready for reentry, guys.
If you attitude control on the ship.
Oh, it's going fast. Holy shit.
Look at him go! That's insane.
Exact same trajectory.
Yeah.
Flat will
fix it.
To get that payload door.
Yeah, why did the flap look kind of
we've been dealing with
molten? Deep, look at that. What happened to the flap? It looks weird.
that loss of attitude control.
It kind of does.
I mean,
Maybe
Did they lose power to the actuators or something?
Be skipping out to relay.
No, maybe. Who
Probably
knows?
not.
I think Ship is just having a heart attack.
It's similar, having different costs. It seems.
He's having a, what you call it, brain hemorrhage.
Like 3.
Oh yeah, brain aneurysm.
And
Y'all, I have a request. Everyone play type shit by Future right now. It fits so well.
Still proceed with entry, but as we are not able to control the attitude of the
We're gonna fucking.
ship,
Oh shit! Oh no, I'm forgetting the name of it. No time for caution on it again. Just
This is gonna look so cool when we see the light of Earth behind.
The ship's heat entry. We're not going to
They
be.
better let us see the whole way down, even if it fucking explodes. Please don't cut it off.
Hey, look at the cool ship capture.
Well, it looks yummy. I want
Yeah, that's the one. Just play it, it fits.
Oh my god!
Was this what Cardi meant with the title "Whole Lot of Red"?
What?
That's crazy.
Alternatively,
This mean Project Skyfall is gonna get cool views of ships, man. No shit.
alternatively, Magnolia by Playboy Cardi.
Say that again.
So it's coming down.
Guys, they released Flight 9 recap already. Look.
New York, I'm Lee Rock. I didn't end this up.
Looking no mic. They did it. Flight 9 hype video.
What? Lee Rock.
Looking
I suck.
I think they switched back to the other cam because they realized that the side view made us see how fast it was spinning.
Yeah.
Oh man, the stream is bugging for me. Someone give me a play-by-play.
It's going
spinning.
fast.
It's
it feels like it's spinning even faster now.
I've got some great shots. We've got some fantastic stills as well.
Starship's aura cloud is growing.
It does have an aura cloud. That is exactly what
this is. Truly the Starship SFT-9 of all time.
Okay.
You know what I realized?
What the hell?
Yeah, it's spinning right round.
I don't know.
Actually, I don't think it's spinning right round. It's just
Party Starship.
You don't have attitude control. The engine didn't relight.
We have lost attitude control.
We have had an anomaly.
Oh god.
I think I'm gonna pull up no time for caution.
This is tragic.
New
120 kilometers.
Must have known the motor's automatic.
This is truly the Doom Yowie of all time. I'm crying. I'm sobbing, man.
Okay, I'm gonna try and get. Hang on.
What do you think we'll lose Starship?
Reentry. Like that.
Oh yeah, no, but like, how high? Altitude wise.
Oh my god! Look at that! Oh my.
60 kilometers.
How is this not towards
over? It is
Look how fast it is.
Over, not just for Flight 9, but HLS.
Starship has a death wish right now, and it's
It's
fulfilling it
over.
right
Game
now.
over.
Where's the stream?
Give up.
Game over. Starship invents new type of gravity.
Holy shit, look at that.
Pull up no time for caution.
Awesome light show. Look at this. Look at this.
my laptop for some reason just like no, not my laptop. My PC decided to like die for some reason. Like the Wi-Fi's not working at all. So
I'm giggling like a maniac. I'm giggling. I gotta get OBS. I gotta get OBS.
So
fast. OBS.
Christ almighty.
10 kilometers.
Come on, OBS.
I got it, but I'm gonna stream it.
How's your 10 kilometers?
Twitter.
Artificial calamity.
There.
Into.
It's trying to fire thrusters, I think.
No, there's
the
RCS thrusters.
Yeah, it looks like thrusters firing.
Maybe.
Guys,
No, hold on.
You got a shot.
Reaction.
Oh, that's a lot of red. That's a lot of red. Is that plasma?
There's the plasma's coming. Here we go. Here we go.
That's.
Yeah.
What is going on?
It's happening. Happening bunker. Happening bunker. Get in. Get in.
Get in the happening bunker.
Get in the hell. It's changing colors.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
How fast is it spinning? It's doing the spin to win technique. Wait, you're right. Then we do this in Kerbal all the time.
What's reflected? The stream's bugging out.
I don't think that's the stream bugging out. I think that is the Earth spinning below faster than we can see it.
Oh my god!
It's Jover. That's it.
It's going.
It's in the atmosphere.
Oh my god, it's still going.
Look at that.
It's not in the right orientation, but it's going.
It's slowing down.
Is it? Oh, speed up.
No, I gotta open my Spotify for this.
Now it's
I gotta.
No, it's.
We have lost attitude control. He said it. He said the
Oh,
thing.
somebody.
Oh, that's
There's shit coming off. There's shit coming off.
Oh, it's coming up. Oh,
We're so cooked.
Oh my god.
Oh, this is way better than fucking S28's demise. This is so much better.
This is like a fit, dude. Oh my.
This is what S28's demise should have been. This is what we should have seen.
Somebody found it over Africa.
They're compensating.
These flight tests with the hardware.
Oh my god.
9 kilometers. 9 kilometers.
And it is
They still have telemetry.
to note is we will.
Health is still alive.
No, it's going.
It's still going. It's still going.
If something does go a little bit off nominal,
That's 35.
cleared out.
It's still going. Have faith.
Yeah.
Oh, you
gotta have faith of the heart.
It's going.
Where my
It's
heart
going.
will
And we
take
lost
me.
it. Oh, there it goes. It's back. Telemetry's back. 86. Oh, it's going crazy quick.
It's still going.
No. It's
Show
back.
us the video, you
It's back.
cowards!
1G.
Oh, he was so.
So it's very possible.
Come on, keep going. Make it past reentry, man.
Come on.
Sooner than
Keep
we
going.
would have.
Bounce the
Hey man, keep that pepper off there.
Bounce the heat.
So we are.
You know, it's about to prove that haters wrong. Imagine it just lights
I
off
need to see
re-engines
more
at
cameras.
500 meters.
SpaceX, please.
Objectives today.
Artificial gravity simulator, keep working.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Into space.
Oh, there it goes.
That was just a really big moment.
No! Why'd they stop it? I want to see more!
Oh,
You can't do this to me!
Flew on flight 7.
You're edging me with the telemetry, SpaceX. Come on.
Our
I'm jeering! Boo!
It's
still going.
Oh.
Oh wait!
I'm starshipping in.
What do you mean telemetry's still going?
13 engines,
We've
but
got the
it did
It's in and out now.
In and out burger.
Come on.
In-N-Out burger.
fly it back down to Earth at a higher
76.
We do expect it to stress the vehicle.
This is awesome.
This is insane. You know, this is madness. This is obscurity.
To the actual landing.
I love
It's
this
probably
chaos. It's so
outside.
awesome.
We're gonna continue to hang out.
Yeah, there you go.
We get any
Look at that, the camera's back. Oh, it's leaking.
Still going.
It's bad.
Still going.
I can't see it. It's not.
Oh,
Oh,
shit.
What is that? Oh, look at all that!
Oh my god, it's
Shit.
one.
Look at all that gas!
Yeah, the president!
Look at that!
Yeah!
Come on. Come on, look at that!
That's a re-click!
Come on, save it. Come on, you can save it. I believe the flaps.
It's
Come on, flaps.
back.
When it's able to connect.
How are you still alive?
Oh my god,
This
it's
is the
legit.
phase where we would expect entry to start within the next minute.
Right.
So we
In the next
Whoa,
minute, he
whoa.
says.
Oh my god!
Airspace.
How did you even cover this?
How is
Within
it
the next
still
minute?
alive? How is
Well,
it
no,
still
because it's getting
alive?
close.
It's on
It's getting close to
fire,
max heating.
spewing flames, and it's still alive!
Are we doing it?
Oh,
Are
yeah.
we doing it?
How is it still alive?
Celsius
Look at
Hey,
that!
look at the burn through. Look at burn through.
It's about to reach max heating, so
The burn through.
it's almost
What
in.
the hell?
It has about 30 seconds to live.
Come on, live.
Life or death for ship 35.
It's reaching max heating now.
The test flight, it is expected to see it begin to demise and be on its way down to Earth.
Come on, telemetry. Come on, telemetry. Come on. Come back up, telemetry. Come on.
No. Come on, telemetry.
It's gone. It's
Anyway.
over. Nope, there's no more hope.
Yeah. So
They lost it.
It is gormless.
Maybe.
right now,
Hold on. Maybe it's.
so you
Yeah, it's.
all of your
It's
It's
over.
over.
It's over.
before you enter the atmosphere. That's a safety measure.
Yeah.
We can
Oh.
while you
Damn it.
All right.
contact with
Let's look for island views now.
in the
You know, I
area that was cleared.
thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought it was
We're
fun.
not going to get.
Okay,
It
that was
was
interesting, though,
interesting.
Really looking forward to. This is a new generation.
Now the clock is still rolling.
Different
Probably doesn't mean anything now,
a
but
whole lot of things that were
maybe just maybe they.
There's no point going forward.
That was awesome. That was awesome.
So
They had
we all ready for
ship,
IFC4?
and it somehow did
Right,
upgrade
before,
for some
yeah.
reason.
is going to be really important. It's not going to be today, but we are just going to see the ship, see what else we can learn as it moves its way through the atmosphere.
They
Okay,
dumped on their propellant. That's why.
what are the vibes for Flight 10, guys?
Ship 20.
I think they'll catch this. They'll catch this now.
I don't think they can catch this if they haven't even landed it yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I wouldn't be surprised if they.
They are kind of that stupid, right?
They are that. I think that's a move that Elon would try to get them to do.
People just like cry about it, say, "Come on, I'll."
Okay. Let's be honest. How many of us expected them to go for the booster catch on Flight 5? That seems kind of fast for me. So I wouldn't be surprised if they try for a push for Flight 10. I don't think that they should, but I wouldn't be surprised if they try.
It's not
Just like
happening.
Flight 4 was. Flight 4 was
The thing is about this program has just been like what not to do.
Yeah.
So,
Flight 4 had a successful splashdown.
How to not run a program.
We did have an
How to not run a major launch vehicle program.
How not to land an orbital, an interplanetary. How not to land an interplanetary rocket.
Pressing objectives today. Super Heavy booster flew for its second flight.
And that flap destruction was awesome.
I can't believe it was actually a repeat. It was actually IFC.
It was glorious.
Yeah, it was glorious.
Literally.
It was awesome.
Ironically, hold on, I learned something today. This launch was on the day the IFC3 recap was posted.
Yeah. The curse of ship 28 strikes one more.
A lot of great data that's going to help us improve those future booster flights.
Yeah, we did do
and that should continue.
It was actually a great.
Let's see, hold on.
And
No, it wasn't. That was April 4th. What the hell was he talking about?
Its flight, making it all the way to SECO and coasting for quite a while.
Guys, we have to cancel New Glenn now. We have to cancel New Glenn. It's just how it is.
No.
I'm just a messenger.
We gotta go for what's it called? We gotta go for Electron. It's all Electron's fault.
It's all Relativity's fault. It's all their fault.
There you go. No, it's all Virgin Galactic. No, Virgin Orbit's fault.
It's been
They're working from beyond the grave
Oh,
as an
hey, Space
assassination
Engineer,
group.
a
ran into
picture
some
of it.
issues on orbit. We weren't able to deploy the
Africa.
Look in Space Chat.
Dealing with some
It's
I
uncanny
was
how easy it is.
down in
Here.
We need someone needs to do the honors.
Honors of what?
Making the GIF.
Oh, the GIF.
It's uncanny how easy it is.
Oh, yeah.
But really big
Yeah.
moment, Chris. How's everybody doing over there in Hawthorne?
Chris is not happy.
Yeah, you know, I mean, it's a test program.
I don't think many people are happy.
It's a test program.
I'm
Like,
happy
no
for all
shit.
the wrong reasons.
It's a test program. Shut up! Shut up!
It's a test program. Yeah, it's scary.
I was about to
Yeah,
post
but
that.
see,
It's a test program, guys. We're gonna fly our big mega launch vehicle and have it die again.
A lot of people expected an improvement. Oh yeah, sure, it's kind of an improvement. I don't
Kind of,
think it
like
really helped
1%.
out.
We were supposed to see it. That's the whole point, was to see improvement. But we're not seeing improvement.
SMH
We barely saw them.
All right,
Well, V2 reached SECO, but barely. And then they lost attitude. Then they couldn't deploy the Starlinks and relight that Raptor.
They improved by 5 seconds, basically.
months have been an absolute gauntlet for a lot of people.
I wonder if it's the same problem.
To learn more about the ship, about this rocket.
Imagine if it was actually IFT3's problem that affected this ship.
I'm gonna give this flight rating a 5 out of 10.
But seeing that ship in space today was a hell of a moment.
I wonder if they're going by a script. I think they're going by a script. New theory here. They're going by a script. And they're just repeating the events of the version 1.
Yeah, this is exactly the
Yeah,
SpaceX way.
this is like fucking Woody series.
And so the next flight,
And iterate over
we're gonna see one of the flaps almost break off. We're
But
gonna
it still
see
makes
successful booster splash.
people of
Yeah.
County, including the residents of the newest
That's
basically
awesome.
IFT4.
as well as the
IFT4.
And then we're gonna see IFT5.
government of Mexico, as well as the Australian Space
It's
Agency.
pretty much a repeat of the first 5 flights. So
So will we see any some footage from Africa? Oh, more footage.
Found footage. Oh my god.
more footage? Where?
Oh, look in space.
No.
Yeah, look in space. Space Engineer and other peeps got footage of it tumbling with gas coming off of it.
Oh, I saw the
South
picture.
Africa, of course.
Look at him go.
He has returned. He has returned to his South African homeland.
Is it in no mic or
It's in space.
It's in space.
It's in space.
All right.
Was in space, but.
Oh wow.
At Elon Musk, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. This does not Mamma Mia.
Stay recording until probably 7:45.
Oh, so it was having issues over Africa too.
You just gotta iron out the issues. It's just that easy. Gonna lay it flat and iron it out.
Just make it not mess up.
Just make it not do that. Like I don't get it.
Was that video it was glowing, right? Did that mean it? Is it just the sun lighting it up, or is it actually burning, even glowing?
Burning. I don't know. This truly was our ultra kill. Flight 3, but we got the fucking director's cut.
Making life multiplanetary page is gone from SpaceX.com.
Oh my god. We're making
They're not
life
doing the update anymore?
Oh my yay!
That was an interesting flight.
Yay! Yeah.
Flight 3-2?
Flight 3-2? I can't believe it.
No way.
No way.
Welcome back, IFT3.
Let's have a look at the
Why don't we take?
Let's have a look at the NASA space screen.
I want to see replays. I want to see more
NSF
controlled.
Do you go back?
Tails get trolled.
Literally, HLS was literally a take the money and run. That's
yeah, the biggest scam I've ever. I pulled off a
Booster
$3.1 billion scam against NASA.
Okay.
Here's how I did
Just
it.
mostly boring stuff. Boring,
Guys, check space.
boring.
Check space.
I'm
I
checking. I'm
scammed
looking.
NASA of their money, and
It's
you
going
can
over
too.
Africa. That's true.
Here's how.
Yeah, look, it just
Are we? Yes, we are.
Afita. Oh.
Do they not have what,
Although
booster tracking
I
here?
was surprised. I was surprised that it didn't lose any engines on ascent and boost back. That was kind of surprising.
I mean,
To
it
my
lost.
expectations. Well, that's on landing burn at Shed itself, but on ascent, it was chill. And boost back was chill. But pad fallback next flight, guys. It's happening.
Whoa!
All right.
You got humbling footage right now, I think.
Holy
We do from?
I'm not sure yet.
Where? Who? What?
Just looking.
Is it from Jordan? Yeah.
Yeah.
Over Puerto Rico. Oh, so it's having issues
it's a
from the
minute
start.
long.
We've
Is the video
always
embedding?
defined
Yes.
ourselves.
Well, yeah, it started
almost 2
spinning
minutes long.
even before SECO, so I mean.
Before SECO?
Yeah, I swore I saw it moving around before SECO, and then it got to SECO, and then it just got worse.
I think it was. Well, I think it was a little before SECO.
So, Blue Moon this year, guys.
And Truthful is scoping as usual.
Yeah.
What the hell is that patch?
3D artist Truthful.
Yeah, you're already complaining already.
9 in a row. 9 for 9.
It worked. We made it past SECO, guys.
Guys, we did it. We made it past SECO. Flight 9, at least we got SECO.
He said, overall, great flight. Lots of data from booster landing attempts. Ship
Remember,
after
the
6
payload was
soft
data.
issues,
The payload
and
was
first
data.
Starship V2 reentry attempt.
Everything
Absolute
after
cinema.
separation
What
was
the fuck?
icing on the cake.
I think even the patch designers gave up. I don't know how any decent person would be able to buy the Flight 9 patch.
God damn.
Yeah, damn. This was truly the Flight 9, guys. Flight 3, my bad. My fault. I'm sorry.
Oh, crap.
True. Big fan of Starlink showing us Ship 35's demise. Big fan. Thank you, Starlink, for showing us the failures of Starship. I'm so proud of you.
All right, so how long of a delay do we think now?
2 months.
Not that
4
long.
2 months
months?
at minimum. Or 2 months at most.
2 months.
Oh.
No. I believe that Elon will push it for a month. I fully believe that.
Elon time. We'll put that in heavy quotations.
We're going for a month.
Because we did go ahead and
Put that under asterisks and maybe a big explanation mark. And then put that in a big box. And I don't know. Throw it out the window. Because that's not happening. Never in a million years.
Never in Metal Gears.
Elon time is basically, it's actually a very good indication of when things are going to happen. Because you take it and then you double it.
Elon, you stupid fucking idiot. You fumbled the bag yet again. I'm gonna send you to the penis explosion chamber. I'm done with you.
Inner explosion chamber.
And our design program forgets to iterate.
Looking for new head of Raptor
Brain dead,
development.
yet you're still in it, Truthful. You're still part of the brain dead community.
Yeah. I'm being truthful about this.
Oh yeah, guys.
What did Blabafee say?
The hotspot on the RVAC.
Thanks,
What do you guys think of that?
Think of what?
The hotspot on the RVAC.
that I just posted. Yeah,
It
I
didn't
didn't
work.
cause any issues this time. It didn't make it go boom, but I mean, it's not great. It still kind of sucks.
Starship, let's sort about latest, and then Starship is a failure, honestly. Replying to this guy. Okay. Any new footage?
Not yet. I need
It's that
more
market
Not
footage.
from
I
what I'm
need
seeing.
more onboard.
I love
Also,
finding members that just
IGW.
block me. Like that's just really
I
fun.
did not know they were going to
I-
change the fucking flight UI.
Yeah, no, I'm not a big fan of this new UI. I think they're trying to hide stuff from us now.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
new.
fine with it. Maybe because I'm
I think it's just because their Starship flights are more common now.
Honestly, to me, it's visually displeasing.
visually displeasing. Cruiser arrow.
I mean, to be fair, this is the Falcon 9 UI.
Yeah, this is truly the Falcon 9 of all time.
Okay, there's nothing new.
I don't know how to feel about this.
I love
I'm-
why who are you? Why did you block me?
Don't get blocked.
I find it really funny when the accounts block me and I have no idea who they are.
I haven't used Twitter in at least 5 months, so I'm sure like I have
Oh my
0
god, look,
followers.
I'm hitting this tweet right now.
From what I'm seeing,
Oh my god.
from what I'm seeing right now, about that leak on Descent, I think it was a leak. I don't think it was a vent. It has to be a leak.
True. That's probably what I was it like. I don't know because I saw shit and
Maybe
fucking
that's the
outcast from
possible
the engine bay.
Wait, when is the Elon talk again?
Probably never now.
9 o'clock. Oh yeah, now never, but
9 o'clock.
That's not
it's not happening. They removed
It's
the
not
link.
there
It's not
anymore. It's
happening.
not there.
Yeah, it's not there anymore. It's not happening.
You know, they're going back into their turtle shell.
Yep, we're going back to Turtle Shell. It was all for data. It was all data, guys. You gotta trust me. It was all data, all along.
And then
data. We got good
the
data.
the real data we made
Frankly-
were the friends along the way.
Frankly,
Oh,
we're
look
just
at this
what
guy.
should we
Look
call
at
it?
this video.
It's
What
awesome.
video?
This is awesome. I'm crying right now.
Yeah, they got rid of the stream.
And they just have like
No way.
20
No way
seconds
they got
dedicated
rid
to
of it.
Elon.
It's all for data. It's all
This
for
is
data.
obsessed. Like, okay,
It's man. This was truly it. I'm kind of.
Did it blow up?
Yeah, it's boring.
Well, yeah, I would assume it blew up because
Okay, the reason
Tumblr
why it failed because John Innsbrucker was not there, guys.
That's true.
We need to Sprock.
Okay. I predicted the fact that the payload doors wouldn't open.
I mean, I kind of assumed that was gonna happen. I'm just like, yeah, they ain't opening.
Look at my mic.
I was ready for that.
I made this image. And I just kind of like jokingly predicted the fact that it wouldn't work.
Rolled. The reason why I actually made it past SECO this time is because Jessie was there. So like, there was a little bit of bump up from her, but Innsbrucker wasn't there, so
Her aura barely
single-handedly.
Okay, but VT was so cursed.
Because if you think about it,
I swear one of the
if you-
was about to burn through.
If you think about it, Jessie's aura played a crucial role in this because when she wasn't on stream, last fight, bada bing, bada boom.
This time we actually made it past SECO, so
Yeah, but
So her
the
aura
aura
is
wasn't
just
enough
enough.
for
Now we know that.
right?
Okay.
we
Aura
need
wasn't
more
enough for like
Jessie.
full success.
We need to clone Jessie.
No, because no, what I think is that she used up all her aura trying to get the ship to SECO, and she had no more aura left to. She used all her aura, and so there was no more reserves.
Aura meter at 0.
Yep, there you go.
I am entirely that it blew up.
So, if they had John on there, it would have made it to landing.
That's true.
And then
It's true. If they just had John,
it's true. Big true.
I swear the